Good morning, Texas Mike.
Good morning.
Hey, how's it going over there? I see you're at the track.
I'm at the track. You can hopefully see some horses working out in the background.
That looks so cool. I can't wait to see a couple buzzing around. What are you in the middle of a break? Is there? Let's see, it's 8:30, so you're
I'm
probably
here
going to be.
early.
Yeah, you're probably going to have. Well, usually they have like first break, second break out at the track, and um, well, I see a horse right now.
There you
A
go.
gray right over your shoulder. That's awesome.
There's quite a few of them.
Another
Actually,
gray just went by.
there's quite a few of them out there.
Marco
Yeah.
was also at the track at Oaklawn, so he was on his way home. He'll be joining in shortly.
How are
So,
you
Mike,
doing today?
I'm doing good. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Oaklawn Capping Hour. We got Texas Mike Steinler joining us. He's live at Sam Houston Race Park, Race Park, Race Course,
Race Park.
And I've been there many times. Beautiful track outside of Arlington Park, which is no longer here. The best turf course in America, in my opinion.
Well, thank you.
I mean, other horsemen have said the same thing, and it's a beautiful, lush green.
Yeah, I don't know if you
turf
can
course.
tell over the background, but it's really grown long right now, almost like a European turf course.
Right. Now I can't tell, but I'm sure. So Mike, you're a regular guest. You've been on. This is probably your third or fourth time being on, and I usually like to get you on this time of year because I like to talk about the big tournament that's coming up. You have the BC. What's the name of the contest?
The Houston Betting Championship.
Okay, the Houston Betting Championship.
And it's in connection with our Houston Racing Festival on Saturday, January 25th. Houston Racing Festival has five stakes races worth $750,000, highlighted by the Houston Ladies Classic and the John B. Connolly Turf Cup.
Okay. And I'm going to the website here. Here we go.
There you go.
Got the website up. And you guys are giving out a lot of cool prizes. First of all, you've had a bunch of qualifiers, so a lot of people have qualified.
Yeah, we've had 11 on-site qualifiers. We've got two left, one today and one Friday night, the 24th, on the eve of the contest.
But looking at the actual tournament, so you have two BCBCs you're giving out.
Correct.
Which is an awesome prize.
Yes.
And you're giving out 4 NHCs, so 6 prizes total.
6 total.
I mean, that is unbelievable value.
I agree, and I can personally attest that a BCBC seat can become very valuable.
Well, of course, you were at the BCBC with 2 entries, mind you, and both of those entries brought you in somewhere in the neighborhood of $80,000.
Close to that, yes.
Okay. Marco has joined in. Good morning, Marco. You were at the track?
Yeah.
How's it looking over there?
Good. It was busy today. A lot of horses out there. A lot missed training last week from the snow and
yeah, I know.
Squeezing them in.
Yeah, we as everybody knows, Oaklawn did not race last week. We got wiped out. We're back this weekend. Texas Mike, back to the Sam Houston tournament. Marco, we were just talking about it. I've been there many times. I've done well there. I like the format. Let's talk about that format, Mike. Explain to the viewers.
Well, first of all, we're going to have a lot of competition. We've got already 85 entries from 19 different states.
Nice.
So we've got a very high-quality field of contestants that are forming for this, including 4 of the top 8 in the NHC Tour. based on current points earned. So 4 of the top 8 will so far are entered in this contest, including Chris Inman from Sam Houston Race Park, who I think is, I think he's 4th on the tour right
We've
now.
had Chris on the show. Chris is a great handicapper and a local that does really well. And he won the first chance, last chance in Vegas.
Yes.
And you're also going to have the top man on the board, the tour leader, Greg Lewis. He's coming
Greg
in.
Lewis will be here. That's true also.
And my table mate, Karen Thornton.
He will be here. That's 3 of the 8 you've named right there. John Gasper's the 4th. As far as the format goes, it's a $1,500 live money tournament. Your $1,500 all goes to your bankroll. There's no take off the top. There's no entry fee. You get to put 100% of your money into your bankroll. We're going to have 3 tracks in the contest. We're going to have Sam Houston. We should have at least 10 races, possibly 11 on that day. We're also going to take approximately 8 races from Oaklawn and approximately 8 races from Gulfstream on Pegasus World Cup Day.
I love it.
The eligible wagers are win, place, no show, win, place, exacta, trifecta, and double. You are required to bet $1,500 total. $750 of that must be on the Sam Houston races. The remaining $750 can be however you want. You can do Sam Houston, Oaklawn, Gulfstream combination. It's at the contestant's discretion.
So I don't have to pull out a calculator after race 7 with no doubles and then figure out what I need to bet.
I hope not. And I'm going to have my spreadsheet that I gave you last year. I'm going to do.
Yeah. Well, the reason why I'm saying that's the Lone Star format that I am not a fan of, but I do like everybody at Lone Star. I like all the folks out there.
Yeah, we don't have the first half, last half like that.
I just don't like. Yeah, I just wish that was a little different. That's okay. That's good.
At least with their format, you can't sit on your lead.
Yeah, I get that. Well, with your format, you still have to, pick and choose. Let's see. Henry Stewart, morning guys, make us proud, Texas Mike.
Said handicapping the Oaklawn card for today. I thought I was handicapping double with all the large fields today.
Well, there's large fields. Before we segue into that, Mike, I also want to point out, if I go to horse tourneys, that's on your screen.
Yeah, we have qualifiers today, tomorrow, and Saturday. Today is almost, I think the last I looked, it was 9 or 10 entries. Now it's 11. And then we have an early bird feeder, so that's going to fill easily. And I'm hoping we can get to 28 entries, therefore we'd qualify 2 instead of 1.
Yeah, there's only 2 days left to qualify for the 15th, Saturday and Sunday's contests.
They may do sometimes they do horse tourneys doesn't tell me in advance what they're going to do, but they may do a Wednesday qualifier. They typically have in the past.
Oh, cool. All right. Well, I'm going to try and win another entry. If not, I'll have to bring some cash for the other entry.
Your cash is always good.
Right. And so anyway, if you guys want to try and qualify on the cheap for the 1,500, there's, you can get in for $28. You can see there's 4 in the early bird. So we need 1 more. I'm sure that will fill.
We'll get that easily.
We'll get 10.
We'll get, I would predict today's Friday. We'll get 20 in the early bird.
And then the other one has 11. So that's the main.
That's the one I'd like to get.
Oh, that's the main slate. That's the main slate. Yep. Okay.
Correct.
The main slate already has 11. So we're probably, hopefully we can get 30.
28 is the magic number.
Or 28 is the magic number? Okay, 28.
Gets you 2 entries.
All right, and hopefully we'll get that so we can give away 2 entries for Saturday's contest. And then again, I'm sure it'll fill for Sunday. Oh no, wait a minute. I'm way off, Mike. You have Friday, Saturday. Wait, you have one today.
Yes, yeah, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
See, I haven't drank all my coffee yet. So there's one today, one Saturday, and there's
One
one
Sunday.
Sunday. Okay, so I will definitely be playing today, whether I qualify in the early bird or not for the 118. So you can count me in there. I just
That's
got to
12.
obviously
We're gonna get 28.
right. Okay, so you guys can go to horse tourneys. And if so, if you need to, if you want to get a hold of Mike about any other questions about the tournament, how to get in
I'll
there,
give out my phone number right now.
where to stay. Yeah, why don't you give that out? I'll also share it
You
on
can
our.
call me on my cell phone. If I don't have you in my contact list, send me a text message first. 832-549-5090.
Okay, so what I'm going to do,
I'll repeat that. 832. Oh, you got it right there.
I got it right there.
Okay, you're fast.
Yeah.
You're too good for me.
Well, it's all preloaded. I just typed. Believe me, I'm getting old too, Mike. I'm getting slow myself.
You've become very sophisticated.
But anyway, get a hold of Texas Mike. You can DM him on Twitter as well. He's on Twitter. What's your Twitter handle? It's just your first and last
At
name?
Texas Mike 001.
Oh, it's at Texas Mike, yeah. So follow Texas Mike on Twitter. He's a good follow, and he's great people for horse racing. And Sam Houston has always accommodated the horse player very well, and it's one of the best tournaments of the year. You don't want to miss it. Okay.
We've got a lot. Also, come out Friday if you're in town. If you're from out of town, come to the track Friday. We've got a lot of special things we can do for you on Friday.
Okay, cool. Yeah. Everybody
like the break. I'm not seeing any horses behind me.
Well, I saw a couple of grays earlier, but
all right, we'll have some more in a few minutes.
I'm sure we'll see some. Guys, like and subscribe for the channel. We're always looking for new listeners and followers. Appreciate it. Marco, Accountability Friday. This is for our January numbers. I don't know. Were you in the positive in December? I was in the negative in December. We're going to total everything up at the end of the year and see where we're at. January so far, I'm up a little bit. You're up a little bit. So let's keep this going so I can make up for my bad December, where the weather.
It is so hard when you have to give a pick on every race to break even.
It's hard. Yeah.
I mean, the fact that you're up is.
Well, I'm down for the year. Bad December, Mike. I was up for the whole year last year, which I'm proud of, but bad December, good so far January. And then hopefully by the end of the year, I'll have another positive ROI. Marco, I need to know about the weather.
Oh, it's going to be about 52-ish, sunny. A little chilly this morning, but the sun's already out, and it's going to gradually get warmer.
If you think it's chilly now, we have a winter vortex coming.
Yeah, that's coming Sunday night.
It's going to be 0 where I'm at. Negative wind chill.
It's going to get cold here, too.
And I hear down in Hot Springs, I'm worried about Sunday's card because it's going to be a high of 28 down there.
Yeah.
Are you in Hot Springs or Wisconsin right now?
Well, I'm in Wisconsin. Marco's in Hot Springs.
Okay.
Yeah. They're probably right. I thought the cold weather was going to be coming later Sunday. We'll see.
All right. Well,
you're looking at sub-zero weather.
Well, you come to Muskegon all the time. You know what that's like off the lake.
Yes, I know.
That'll bite the hair off your ass. But
I'm going to Muskegon the first week of February. So.
Oh boy, that's mighty
wrong time.
Well, without further ado, guys, you want to dive into some Oaklawn racing?
Let's go.
Let's.
All right. As always, I did my handicapping. Marco, you did your handicapping. You sent me your picks. Mike, I got your picks this morning. I inputted everything. We have some simulators.
We're going to have a lot of diversity in our picks.
I think we do have some diversity in some of our picks, but me and Marco have a pick that we're excited about in race 2. We'll see how that works out, whether we get egg on our face or not. But in any event, the first race today is a state bred Arkansas breds for 10. What a beautiful start. Marco, what did you like in this race going 6 furlongs?
Peace dog.
Peace dog, huh?
Yeah. I think he's gonna show a little bit of speed in this race. With that lacks, I think, a lot of speed. Should be able to relax. Up front or near the front, coming off of somewhat of a little layoff with Ingram Mason. She has the one win this year. I think she was 90-1 in that race, but not doing so hot, capable. But I think this runner is very live.
Okay. Yeah, I took a gander at it. She did win a race at the meet, so that was a good sign. I wanted to see her,
Yeah, January.
I gotta watch my words, but I wanted to see her win a race.
On January 3rd, very nice work out there.
And she's coming off of a good drill.
So, not a lot of speed in the race. This one should be up there.
All right. Yeah, the price was a little bit too low for me. I went to the outside. I went to Amazing Success. And this is the one that's coming. It's an Arkansas bred that's been running in up there in Canada. And
At Fort Erie.
Yeah. And, this one for Norm McKnight, he's no, stranger to the hot springs scene. And this one here, a little bit better, I think, on dirt. The dirt record suggests that. I watched his last 3 replays. And the last race was a tougher class. All those races had to work its way to the outside and made a big, wide, sweeping move. Well, it's in the 11 hole. You don't have to worry about working your way out there. That's where he likes to be. Okay, fine. He'll make his move, and he always runs. He'll run his race. I think it might be good enough today at a good price. Just the last race was slightly too salty, but now we're back against your own kind, Arkansas breds, at Oaklawn, where, did win a race and has 2 second place finishes before. So, matter of fact, the last time we saw Amazing Success, it broke its maiden here. So that was last year in April.
I looked at Amazing Success, and he's certainly got a good record, but I noticed he's mostly running in smaller fields than we're seeing today. And there's going to be a lot of traffic to be negotiated that he's avoided previously.
Right.
So that kind of steered me away from the 11.
Yeah, I was just thinking, the post shouldn't hurt him with the way his running style is. He kind of likes to hang out there and make his move. But we'll see. I mean, this is I don't know how tough those Fort Erie races are, but he was winning them, and then stepped up into the starter ranks and got beat. Didn't lose by much, and kind of came too late. The replay was better than the finish. Finished 5th that day. But
on today's card, I think you should allow us to pick 5 horses instead of 2.
Well, let's segue to your top pick, who is Marco's backup pick, the 5. You got Holding Pattern. I know this horse pretty well. We've seen this horse at the circuit. This one makes a big move, and I'm guessing you're thinking it's going to make another big move with Rocco Bowen.
I like the fact that it's dropping somewhat from the level it's been racing previously. And I'm looking back to the March 17th of 24 at Oaklawn. That's the last time it ran in similar company to this race. It won that race. And I'm looking for him to duplicate that effort today.
Yeah, I'm with you. That was a really tough race last time.
Yeah, and the last race it was the first time he's raced since June. Second race after a layoff. I'm looking for some improvement for that reason.
Yeah, I like that runner. It's going to make a late move. Everything's got to work out really well. It'll be heard from. At the quarter pole to the 8th pole, you'll think it's just kind of joined in at the grandstand, and Let's see if it can have enough real estate to get up. It's going to be exciting seeing holding pattern and my runner making that big wide sweeping move, unless Rocco can find, a groove and split horses or come up the rail or something,
Yeah, and both of those horses are going to have to try to catch Peace Dog.
For some reason, the name Peace Dog just makes me laugh. I don't know why.
Peace Dog.
Our backup Marco is Chupapi Munyayo. Did I say that right? I put the accent in there too. John Ortiz claimed it. That's, this horse looks like good value too. I almost put this one on top, and maybe I should have, but we'll see. I was going for the bigger price, and I didn't know too much about this jockey, so I kind of said, I'm going to see how this dude, or I don't know if this is a man or a woman. Rave? Is that the Rave? Grisalas?
Yeah,
I don't know how you pronounce that, but I think I pronounced it right. But I'm going to wait and see how this kid rides. It doesn't look like this guy or gal is a bug, though, so I don't know. I don't know much about this jockey. All right. Race 2. That will start our pick 5. Race 2 is going to start the pick 4, second leg of the pick 5. It's a maiden special weight going 1 mile and a 16th. We have some very talented, younger horses that are now, some of these are 4, and maybe they got a late start. But Marco, me and you both landed on one that got, somewhat of a, well, I wouldn't say a late start. It ran as a 2-year-old, and in December, and now it's getting its second start here as a 3-year-old. Wise Decision looks like a wise guy play today.
I like it. You got Dwayne Lucas is winning. The horse was interested early in the last race. In the slop, faded out. You get the bug, Bacon.
Bason.
Riding pretty good. And, this horse has just been, working out in the morning very well since that last race.
Yeah, speaking of the works, I have the last work, if you can see it here, on tape. Now, this drill was in 59 and change. You can see Wise Decision on the rail. On the outside is Innovator. Now, Innovator is running in the LeCompte tomorrow for Dwayne Lucas. He just won a maiden special weight here, Marco, and he's pretty talented. So I thought this was a pretty good move, even though Innovator got the better of him at the end here. Innovator is, seen as a Kentucky Derby trail type of horse, and I think they're hoping Wise Decision can do the same. But Wise Decision is well within himself here on the rail and runs pretty good to the wire, just on the outside. Innovator puts his nose in front at the wire, and they both seem to gallop out pretty good. But I thought this was a good move in 59 and 3. And if Wise Decision does well today, it'd be interesting to see how Innovator does in the LeCompte. Now, that last race too, Brodeur, that was one that you picked, and it won. And El Prestigio is another one that we like. That's been getting second-itis, that lost to Donut God 2 back, that came back and won a stake. And of course, the runner that you selected, Brodeur, did very well in that last race. They haven't come back to run yet. Motel Patel is one that I actually picked in that last race. Ran terrible, but it had some changes, and it ran a good second at Fairgrounds last time in a maiden special weight. So decent field. We're stretching out now. You're an American Pharaoh out of a Sky Mesa. They spent $350,000 on this runner. And, here's your broodmare. You have a sibling here that won at 12 furlongs. Broke its maiden, Ragtime Bell. So 2 turns is obviously in the cards for this runner outside of the sprint race that we saw. So I think the breeding, the work tab, the company lines. I mean, 20-1 to me is the time to strike on a runner like this.
I was just about to say the morning line, 20-1. I don't know.
Well,
seems a little out there.
it'll probably get bet a little bit, but I think we made a good case for it, at least to include it on your trifectas, your horizontals, and I'll be, of course, playing it on top. Mike, you landed on the 9, Caldera, the stablemate.
He has the same trainer as Wise Decision.
Oh yeah.
Tell us what
Kind
you
of
like.
a well-known trainer.
Yeah, the coach.
So how do you read his choice of jockeys on the 2 horses?
How do I read the choice of jockeys?
Yeah, do you read
Well,
anything into that at all?
Well, Bejarano's obviously a bigger name. Marco's got this thing. As long as his kids aren't riding, we're good. So I like the 5 pounds. Bejarano is a veteran. I could tell you this one's probably going to be gunning for the front. It's got a 125 early time form. You're adding the hood. You have to get position from the outside. Pressed last time and, ran a good race as the beaten favorite. There's no and now you're getting 10-1. So
the first thing I noticed in this race were the conditions. There's an 8-pound differential for the 3-year-olds versus the 4-year-olds in this race.
Mm-hmm.
So 8 pound. I don't usually put a lot of emphasis on weight, 1 or 2 pounds. 8 pounds going 1 1/16, I think makes a difference. So I immediately was looking for 3-year-olds over the 4-year-olds in this race.
Yeah, there's a big maturity edge on the 4-year-olds to these young 3-year-olds. No doubt about it. But they're offsetting it. They're offsetting it 100% with the weight.
With the 8 pounds. Well, I like the last race. I like the jockey change. I think this horse will stalk and pounce.
Yeah, and 10-1 is there's another line that I don't think is you're going to get 10-1. It's just horse.
We should have a side wager between the 6 and the 9.
Well, a lot of guys are probably thinking we're nuts for picking a 3-year-old in this race, but with that weight, I mean, me and Marco's we're getting 13 pounds on the favorite. And by the way, the favorite's the 7. Brad Cox cannot get out. Now, I'm probably going to jinx it. He's probably going to win now. But he can't win a race over there at Oaklawn right now. He can't buy a win. And he's begging for the wire right now. He's looking for a win. He's going to win a race. He's too good of a trainer. He's got too many good horses. But this one's carrying 125 pounds. Yeah, it's fast. It, sprinted last time.
8-5,
It got a good number.
No way anybody should bet that horse at 8-5.
But
I agree. Yeah, it was an okay debut. Had a good workout, but that last race was a 6 furlongs.
It was 6 furlongs, guys, and
now he's going 1 1/16. That's a big unknown to be 8-5.
Yeah, and that horse shipped in here from Fairgrounds, working out over there.
Right.
So,
You pick up Christian Torres, so that's going to garner more money. Top rider at the track. Uncle Mo's, man, I just like to see him route on turf, man. I don't know why he didn't leave this one at Fairgrounds and try a turf race, to be honest with you. But hey, maybe he likes what he's seen. And the morning drills are good. But at 8-5 and potential even money or less than 2-1 for sure, I just wanted to try and beat it.
My note I made here was on the 8-5 was no thanks.
Yeah, exactly. No thanks.
Yeah, at that price. Show us. Show us you can win a race at the meet. Oh man, he's Brad. I mean, I can't be talking smack about Brad Cox. He's gonna win.
No, he win, but you know how much money he's burning right now because he's got a lot of backers.
No, that's true. All right, so I think we're on to something there. We'll see what happens. Race 3. Race 3 is a 10,000 claiming event going the short stretch of the mile. Mike, why don't you start us off?
I landed on Guana K here. I like the fact that the horse has won 9 races out of 36. That's a high win percentage.
Mm-hmm.
My concern here is the buyer speed figures have been declining. His last good race was at a place called Hawthorne. I think you know where that is.
Yes, of course. Those are tough races.
I also like his record at Oaklawn. He's raced at Oaklawn 4 times. He's got 2 wins, and he's finished second 1 time. So I was looking back at his previous Oaklawn races and hoping he replicates them here, although it's been a while.
Well, I like Cipriano Contreras. He's he's 2 for 25, which is he's going to start heating up. He's got 7 seconds, so a little bit of seconditis. He's going to start turning those seconds into wins. Claims this horse, and
he's been winning elsewhere. He maybe not been winning at Oaklawn, but he's certainly been winning elsewhere.
Well, he did well last year here, and I think he's going to start heating up. You know, it could happen here. I mean, he's probably going to improve this runner. So I like the pick. It's 6 to 1's a good square number on it, and Esquivel is a nice rider. Marco, you like Esquivel?
Yeah, he's one of my favorites.
I landed on the 2 Lady Mercedes, drops, top jock, square price. I'll take 9 to 2 on this horse. That race 2 back was pretty tough. I don't know. The second time blinkers angle is always a good angle. Sometimes they need a race plus the class relief. That last race was super tough. If I can get 9 to 2 at Torres, I would do a backflip on this one. And this is a potential single for me on my early, horizontals.
Did you do a pick 5?
I'm going to put something together. Not yet.
I put one together.
Okay, good.
$288.
Shave it, Mike. No, you can do.
I got to trim it down. Got to trim it down a little.
Do a few different ones. Do a caveman ticket and do a couple other ones. Marco, you're on the outside. You got Dream Princess with Sean Williams.
Yep. Here's another race with no early zip in it. I have her going gate to wire. Okay. Connections are good. Just works the distance well. I know she's been racing also in short fields, but when you're at the lead, it ain't gonna matter. So, that's the plan here. Is gate to wire.
Yeah, I'm open base on. Kind of pressures you. I looked at this horse for a long time. It looks.
It's just a pace play.
3 to 1 was like, damn, man. I kind of like my 9 to 2 a little bit better. I was like, I think based on. Go ahead, Mike.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, you go ahead.
How do you all feel California form translates to Oaklawn?
Good.
I think it does well.
Yeah, Pete Miller's done well. Of course, whenever Bob Baffert chips in, he does well all the time. Those are usually stake races. But Pete Miller's done well over here and a couple other guys.
Yep. Nothing wrong with the California horses here.
Yeah, they, as long as they're sound, they bring them over here sound, they're.
And this one's pretty fast, so I'm gonna.
For the horizontal, yeah, I could see adding it. I was gonna take a stand, potentially in single, but maybe I won't. I still have to put my ticket together.
It's funny. This is where I was thinking about ceiling as well.
We all got. Hey, look, it's that type of race. Not only is our top pick, Well, we have all kinds of. We have a. I got the 2. Mike's got the 8. Marco, you got the 10. I got the 1 as my backup. Royal Blush, who's making its dirt debut. I mean, this one could pop up at 15-1 based on that last drill. So it's like,
So we have virtually nothing in common here.
yeah, this is really maybe one I just go really deep and single somewhere else. Or if you're right, you're right.
Yeah, if you're right, you're right.
Well, this reminds me of a Harry Truman quote.
Give us the quote.
If I have 2 advisors giving me the same advice, I need to fire one of them.
That's pretty good. That's good advice on that advice. All right. Race 4. The turn race of the Pick 5 sequence. We got a 30,000 maiden claiming event for 3-year-olds only, going 3 quarters. Marco, you want to start us off? He landed on the rail horse here.
Yeah, another short priced horse. Kind of been going down the ladder a little bit. Got here to Oaklawn, ran a pretty game race last time out, and after it was off slow, swung wide. I think that was a good builder. And you could, to me, a horse like this running like that is right on the brink of graduating. So it should hold tough here.
Yeah,
I don't think it's going to be that far back either. It's like 7 lengths out, but definitely fits.
Marco, I looked long and hard at that horse, and he just doesn't seem to break very well.
No,
and that's what bothered me in a large field. You don't break well. You got a lot of work to do.
Yeah, I thought the same thing. And you're on the rail. You're going to be, behind the 8 ball from the start, and then you got to kind of you're probably going to get a similar race as last time. Probably going to be tangled up near the back and then make a big move. And you're just going to have to hope he gets up this time. And now, because he ran second at 13-1, now you're getting 3-1. It's one that I'm kind of like,
Yeah,
I want to try and beat it. But
it's kind of where I came out also. I looked long and hard at that horse.
So speaking of that, Mike, you go to the 3, you're going for a bomb here, 15-1. And that race 2 back
that's the one I'm looking at.
Wasn't that slow?
That's the one I'm looking at. Also, this is a 6 furlong race. His best race was at 5.5 furlongs. Last one was at 7 furlongs. I think that was a little too much for him.
Mm-hmm.
Again, like so many of these races, they're wide open. Every one of these races today, I had 5 selections and I had to pick 2 of them.
Yeah.
Also like the fact that he's going from maiden special weight to maiden claiming.
Yeah, I don't know what the state bred program looks like over there, but if you look at the winner of the last race, Cherokee Sunrise, well, got a 50. Nothing spectacular there. But it is a maiden special nonetheless. I went to the 6, Real Blues. This is one that's caught a little bit of an off track last time and was a little bit wide. They're taking the hood off after 2 previous races with it. The debut at Hawthorne was pretty good as a 2-year-old. Didn't have the best trip there either. So I think if I can get a good, DeVito's a really good trainer. He's spots his horse as well, and I like how Rocco Bowen hustles the horse in the lane. Him and Jimmy Graham have similar riding styles. And 7-2, I'll take 7-2 on this one with a clean trip today.
This race was.
I like your choice. That was my backup.
Yeah,
I thought this race was one of the most competitive in the field of the card. and you might want to go deep in your pick 4s and 5s. So many potential winners here.
Yeah, I mean, even the 5. I mean, getting first dirt, or not first dirt, but making its a 3-year-old debut and dropping down. I mean, those were 2 tough. You're at Kentucky Downs on turf, and then you're at Keeneland and Maiden Special. You're 30-1 against this group. I mean, that thing can wake up. Second time.
My backup to 10. My backup to 10 has got a lot of things going on as well.
Yeah, you got the nuts off, the Carl Broberg nuts off angle. You got all kinds of shit going on here.
Showed some speed last time out, and you're cutting back to 6. I like that. But I mean, yeah, look, all these horses, you can make a case.
Yeah.
So go deep.
So that's 2 races in a row. You're saying to go deep.
This one, no. Last race,
I know. Yeah, you're okay. Well, Mike wants to.
Yeah. I went 1, 3, 6 in my pick 5 here.
Mike, your ticket's probably going to start growing in price. We keep talking.
Uh,
All right. Well, we're going to close out the. We're going to close out the pick 5 in a maiden optional claiming event for 3-year-olds going the short stretch of the mile. This is going to be a fun race as well. I landed on the 5 here. We're all over the place on this one as well. For me, the 5 has a lot of changes, like that last horse you were talking about, Mark, the 10 in the last race. I did have a trip note back at Ellis on the turf. That's not why I'm picking it, but it's had a few bad trips. It's got some good dirt siblings. And I love the work tab. So if we go to the Sibs, there's the Broodmare who won on turf. But Laura's Light, I remember watching this horse live at Lone Star, won a stake with a 90 buyer speed figure for Pete Miller. I think I even bet this horse at less than 4 to 5. I probably put my whole bankroll on it, but is that a full sibling? I can't. What's the sire of my horse today? Let's see, the 5. Is it a Constitution? Yeah, this is a full sibling. Okay, so this is a full sister, Laura's Light here, that won a stake on dirt.
I remember that horse.
So I have that to look forward to. That if I can get a full sister that runs well on dirt, why not sprint out pass at freaking 20-1 morning line? Are you kidding me? What all these nice little changes here? In for a $100,000 tag, somebody can go buy it. But that drill 2 back off the layoff, out of the gate, 47 and change at the training center. And the last drill was good too. So maybe this one wanted dirt all along, and I'm going to just gamble that it does. Mike, you're just on the outside with Kevin's Strike. You're getting the
going for a price again. Going for a price. In a race that's 1 mile, most of these horses have not run that distance. There's only, I think, 2 that have. Mm-hmm. Kevin's Strike is one of them. I think that's a big advantage, even though he didn't excel last time out. He's at least run that distance. I think he'll do better on a second go around. I like the fact that his buyer speed figures have increased each of the last 3 races. That's always a good sign to me if you're looking for a price.
Okay, and you got Harry Hernandez.
Obviously, has a top-notch trainer.
Yeah, Tom Amos, and we love how Harry rides. So I guess I can't argue with you on that pick.
He ran a waiver claim last out too.
So yeah, they protected the horse, and now it's here protected again. You could go in for a tag like my 5 is, but yeah, duly noted on that. Short stretch of a mile, so ends at the first finish line. So we'll see how all that shakes out. Me and Mark, you, Mike, have Tomcat Tuesday as our backup. Good drill at fairgrounds, and comes over here and might show a little bit of speed with Santana. It's going to be a fun race, but we'll see if our prices come in. Sprint out pass just looks very, very interesting to me. I'm interested to see how that one runs today. All right, that closes out the pick 5.
I went 4 deep in my pick 5 here. I used the 2, 6, 8, 10.
Yeah, Gateskeeper makes sense off of that last race. 2-1, more of a saver.
All the sprinters in this race, he looks.
You guys, first of all, you guys got to watch out for Frack Baby.
Needing some extra ground.
Frack Baby.
That's my pick.
Oh, I thought we talked about your pick.
No. But
okay. Well, I'm already moving on to the next race. Go ahead and tell us about Frack Baby.
You're moving past the winner of this race.
I forgot about your pick, Marco. All right, tell us about Frack Baby. Why Frack Baby's going to win?
Well, that first start was pretty good. After a slower start, stretching out, should show some more speed today. Top jockey, great drill on January 3rd. This horse is ready to roll. Watch out. Absolutely no siblings, and the dam absolutely sucked. But
okay, well, we're going. Okay, so you're off a little bit slow, got in contention. So you're thinking you'll break a little quicker, you'll have early position.
Yeah, I watched the replay. I mean, it wasn't like. I mean, it was slower break, but it not compromised too much. But I like the way he gathered himself and finished the race. The way he was hitting the ground, it looked to my eyes something that I wouldn't mind betting this horse.
Well, let's look and see how slow that start was last time and how it ran. I'm just interested because if it breaks clean today, I'll give you that. It'll have good position. You're in the 3 hole here.
Here's Stu Denny.
Well, it was back there for.
We're ready to go.
Let me see if I can see the head on. A slight hop, and they crossed over.
To go. Good beginning from Quality Style, who goes right to the lead with Covert Law. Covert Law and Quality Style are side by side. Bold Exchange.
Okay, now you're on the rail.
On the inside to come and tackle that pair. Bold Exchange, Quality Style, Covert Law in the middle. Stu Denny not far off, joining the fun. 4 runners across the track with a half mile to go, and they've opened up 2 on Magic Mover, who gets a lovely trip off the leading quartet. Frack Baby next in the field. Oaklawn Joey alongside of him. They're 4 better than Tango Mike, and Big Walk is dropped to the back. Around the
also has
turn,
a little
Stu
issue
Denny,
coming around this turn behind some horses.
The lead between horses, Quality Style, Covert Law digs in on the rail. Magic Mover has gotten the perfect trip, and here he comes circling up 4 deep. He's kept out of harm's way on the outside by Ramon Vasquez. Looks like Magic Mover's ready to go at the top of the lane. Magic Mover on the outside.
He's trying to get out.
In front, Oaklawn Joey and
he has to take the rail, I think.
Are let loose on
the
outside, and
yeah, he tipped out here.
Nice kick. And the final furlong.
Now he's darting back to the rail.
Like Magic Mover wasn't even there. And Oaklawn Joey's going to win in the center of the track. He's 4 ahead.
So that right there, he had to go around those 3 horses. And then the other one got nothing, didn't have to stop or go and then the gallop out was pretty good.
Wow, yeah, nice gallop out.
So this that one, after watching that, I'm like, I instantly put him down, and I didn't even finish the rest of the card. And I looked at it, but I was like, this is my play.
No, listen, I like this horse. You break clean today. It looks like it might appreciate the extra distance, and it's a short stretch of the mile anyway. So I'll absolutely include it on my horizontal.
Christian Torres was on it last time. Rode him pretty good. So, and then he's doubling back now.
Yeah, 100%. It makes all the sense in the world. And just like all these 3-year-olds, you're getting the juice. Could move all of them. Yeah.
On your selection, did you put in any emphasis on the fact the horse has been gelded?
I just said all kinds of crazy shit going on and changes. Yeah, I listen. Carl Broberg is a really good trainer, and he's really good with younger horses or claimers. And when he gelds them, he said it's the best equipment change in the game. Nuts off, and there's something to be said for that. And
Yeah, for who?
well, not for the horse, but anyway, Greg Lewis is on. Greg Lewis, good morning, Steve, Marco, and Texas Mike. And Greg Lewis will be.
Good morning.
He has graced us with his presence, the tour leader of the NHC.
We mentioned you earlier, Greg.
Yeah, Greg will be at Sam Houston
on the 24th and 25th.
That's right. And then Jamie Diaz, aka Fat Jamie. I don't call him that. He does. Hey guys. Oh, there it is. You even mentioned it. Fat Jamie here. And you know what? And I have to say, I met Fat Jamie in person at Hawthorne OTB. He's not very fat. He's not fat at all. So I don't get maybe he lost some weight over the years.
Maybe he smokes a big fat one. Who knows?
I don't know about that. He used to be a cop, or is a cop.
Oh,
maybe he's still. I don't know. Maybe cops could smoke too. Maybe, I don't know. Or do they get tested? He's a Chicago cop.
Oh yeah, come on now.
Chicago cops.
Yeah,
they don't. Yeah. Of course, me and Marco's father was a cop in Hot Springs, Arkansas, for a few years. And he had some interesting stories while he was a policeman down there. All right. So Frack Baby does make a lot of sense. Keep an eye out for Sprint Out Pass. I might do a nice little exacta with those two. And then I'll throw Kevin Strike in there, Texas Mike's play. And then, of course, all of those three will be on my horizontal. That'll conclude the Pick 5. Race 6. We'll start the new Pick 5. If you strike out on the first Pick 5, you can bet the late Pick 5 and blow another $200 and something, right, Mike?
Yeah, we're not gonna strike out.
Yeah, no. All right, so this race here, we all love the 12.
It sets up.
We just didn't like it enough to throw it on top. What's up with that?
It sets up for Ben Franklin, and I could see him winning this race, but
I'll tell you, I'm going to reverse it. Make me 12-7.
It just, yeah. I mean, he should get a good trip here. There's some zip to mess around with. So
he likes it here. It sets up, but 3-1, 12 over. Like, let's try and beat it. And it ran against, that really. It's exiting a key race. That is one awesome key race. We've talked about it. It's got Liberal Arts coming out of there. It's got Banishing coming out of there. Two Eagles River, one next time out. I mean, you could see Liberal Arts crushed by 11 at Fairgrounds. And then, of course, Banishing won you'll see Banishing in the Count Fleet later on this year for David Jacobson here at Oaklawn. So just came off the monstrous race with 103 buyer speed figures. So,
yeah, plus now he finds himself in here for a tag, 35,000.
So it's, I get it. It's it's a saver. You throw it on your ticket, or you get bold and try and beat it. But I picked it second because it's kind of a boring pick. It's 3-1. It's out there in the 12 hole, and we all want to try and beat it. So let's go to Texas Mike, the 7 horse. You're going to try and beat the 12 with Rabbit Hound for Timothy Martin.
He drops into claiming ranks from allowance, and he drops to the level of his last win.
Okay.
Which was at Prairie Meadows. I understand Prairie Meadows is in Oaklawn. He's been really consistent. I mean, look at that. Third, second, first, second. He's always knocking on the door. So if I'm looking to beat someone, maybe this time, to quote Bum Phillips, he's going to knock the door down.
Bum Phillips, Houston Oilers, right?
That's right. This year we knocked on the door. Next, what was it? What was the quote?
I don't know,
This
but he
year we
ran.
knocked on the door. Last year, next time we opened the door a little bit. Next year we're going to kick the damn thing down.
Yeah, well, he kicked the damn thing down with Earl Campbell and ran his ass into the ground. I think he gave him the ball every single time.
Yeah.
Didn't he get 400 carries one year?
I don't know. He's sure short of his career.
I gotta go look at it. He was I mean, that dude had thighs the size of my whole torso, but which isn't saying much because I'm skinny. But boy, I tell you, he was a monster. Watching those, I remember him when I was a little tyke, and I used to say Earl Campbell and Walter Payton running through the living room, and my cousin would throw pillows at my feet, and I'd hit my head on the carpet or the edge of the couch. I don't know, whatever.
Yeah, it's not the greatest sample of races, but it's unusual that you see a jockey trainer combination with a positive ROI, especially one as high as we have here. So obviously, this jockey and trainer combination somewhere has hit a couple shots.
Well, this is what I like. It's run well here before, knocking on the door, like you said, 0 for 4 here, but 2 seconds and a third. You're getting the 5 pounds with base on. That last race was a nice little tightener at 6 panels. Now you're getting back to route. So 12 to 1.
Last race was also on a muddy track.
And it was on a muddy track. Good point. For me, I'm just to your inside with Fireball Birdie for Asmussen. Now, Marco isn't going to pick this horse because it's got, I think, Eric Asmussen riding. Is that his first name?
Yes.
He's struggled a little bit here, and I will admit I've been a little bit critical of some of the rides, but these younger jockeys on a horse that should be close to the pace, usually you can't mess that up as much. And this one's dropping down. They skipped a condition last time. 2 back, it ran actually, no, they didn't skip a condition. What am I talking about? It ran in non-winners of 2, and it was just 2. The difference between non-winners of 1 and non-winners of 2 other than is night and day, especially if it's not an optional claiming race, which those weren't. The non-winners of 2 are just so, I mean, naturally they're harder, but they're so much harder than the A other than. And this one's run well at certain spots and allowance companies. If we can get those mid-80 buyers races and get good position early where it didn't last time, I think I can be a formidable foe in here at 15 to 1. So that's
He's also has a history of running well off layoffs.
Yeah, Asmussen's. Me and Marco talked about it. I mean, he's the leading trainer here. I don't know, last 2-3 years, maybe longer. I don't know. Man, he's off to a slow start. We touched on it. 8% is kind of shocking. If you would have told me Asmussen in mid-January would be at 8% at Oaklawn Park with 73 starts, I would think you're crazy. But I think we're looking really good here. I think we're gonna be in a good spot early, and as long as we're in contention early and get a good clean break, Fireball Birdie is gonna outrun its odds today.
I looked at that. I did. I looked at it.
Yeah, I know the jockey threw you off and duly
threw
noted.
me off.
Like,
I couldn't do it. I can't do it.
But like I say, if it's a rider's race and you got a horse that's kind of like you have to weave through traffic or work out a trip, or if you're a stretch runner, I would get it. But just break this one clean, stay in the 2 path, and ask them in the lane. That's all you got to do today. That's my opinion. I don't know.
This is why
you're on count.
This horse has been ridden by Stuart Elliott, and now he's going to his son Eric here, who you just had a comment about a few minutes ago.
No, I know. I get it. I mean, but you know what? They're 17% the last 2 years together. You know, obviously that's at other tracks, Texas, Remington, wherever, but Texas probably. But yeah, I'm gonna hope I get the trip today. Marco, you're on Count Dracul.
Yeah, I guess I'm using a lot of speed today because I think this one is also going to be up front. I think McPeak has this horse going in the right direction. Had a good 3-year-old here. Kind of got tired. Took a little break. Now coming in for 4-year-old. 2 back at Churchill. Went 1.5 miles, a little long. Got tired. I think this is a good distance for him. And I love it. Esquivel is my main guy. These guys are clipping at almost 20% together, over 23%, for the whole year. So
Right.
20% to meet. 9-2, not bad. I'll take it. But I think, another going to be up front, first or second. I think this one has enough to hold on late too.
Mm-hmm. I can't argue with you with this pick.
Yeah, as you alluded to, Marco, the jockey trainer combination has been effective here, and there's a positive ROI. That's you don't see that very often.
Yeah, and I thought he was racing against some tough company as well. So 35,000 claimer here should not all. Some of you got some droppers, but not all of them.
All right, not a bad. Yeah, I thought I did look at this horse. I just thought my horse was comparable at a much bigger price, and that was one of the determining fact.
So should we do it all 12 exacta here?
So you're saying each of us take our top pick and do an exacta with the 12, or?
Well, we all have the 12 second, so.
Yeah.
Just key Ben Franklin in second.
Yeah, just doing all 12.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll see. Ben Franklin will probably run second today.
He will be rolling.
All right. Let's move on to race 7. It's an allowance race going 9 panels. And we have a familiar name in here, I believe, Lemon Muffin. This is a 5-2 shot that always burns money. Everybody was like, "Oh, we're in a great spot here" last time, and at 4-5 got beat.
I had Indy label last time.
Did you?
Yes.
Well, this is an interesting race because we all pick Viable.
Oh, wow.
All 3 of us pick Viable today.
All right, I've got some advice for our listeners. Don't bet Viable.
Yeah. Oh, we all pick Viable today. I was thinking should get first run here on the first turn. And then that last race we just ran into a monster. Let's take a peek at this horse. Grand Job, won by 8. This thing came from across the pond, where, obviously they run on turf over there. They do have some synthetic tracks, but man, hey, this thing hit dirt. This is like the next Cigar, the female version of Cigar. 1 by 6, 1 by 8. Grand Job might be. And by the way, look who the trainer is. I just mentioned Cigar. And I wonder if Bill Mott has said, "Hey, this is the second coming of Cigar, but the female version." Holy shit. That's crazy. But
That's
Grand Job is an obvious dirt horse who's romping on dirt and is obviously going to be pointing to a stake and could be any kind. And that's who Viable ran against last time. And right now, Grand Job is like, oh, yeah. Right now, Viable looks like a horse that got a 74, going a 1-turn mile and getting crushed by 8 against a horse that nobody knows anything about. In 6 months from now, people are going to be saying, holy cow, this horse ran against Grand Job, who's probably going to be a multiple graded stakes winner at that point in time. So that's the deal there. And we're getting 2 turns again. That last race was 1 turn. the other 2-turn races of this horse's career, they're pretty good. Win, broke its maiden, and a nice second at Churchill.
I
So
like that last fact that you mentioned influenced me considerably. This horse took what, 5 races to break its maiden.
mhm.
Usually, when a horse breaks the maiden, the next race isn't usually good. This horse came right back after breaking its maiden and ran an impressive race.
Yes, it did. It won by 5 over to the 3rd place finisher.
So I like that, and often you see after the maiden win, they race at a certain level, they don't do well, and then they start dropping to find the right level. I don't think that's the case with this horse.
No. Maiden debut was, step slow, 7 panels. Didn't run slow, just that was a fast race. Some good horses in there. Okay, that was a really key race. The 2 synthetic races, you just draw a line through. Thanks, Mike. Nice ringtone. Anyway, the 2 synthetic races you throw out. The Ellis Park race is technically a 1.5 turn race. It's got a weird circumference it's 1.5 turns. And look at the comments. Went wrong a half. I don't know. Obviously, I don't know if the saddle slipped. If
He went to the ambulance.
Oh, did it?
Equine ambulance?
Yep.
Is that what that means?
Shit! It does say equine ambulance. So obviously something went wrong there in July. So they bring it back in September, and it's run nothing but good races. And now we're getting back to the 2 turns where I think it went. It's a Curlin out of a Warfront that screams running all day. And Lemon Muffin to me is just a nice filly that will make some money, but this
horse goes off at 5-1. I'll be surprised.
Yeah, I love Viable today. Viable is a viable single, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to single Viable today, 100%. Any of our backups look good. Marco, you and Texas Mike like the 3 a little bit for Tom Amos.
Yeah,
That's the favorite. Yeah, it's 1 for 15 lifetime. No thanks. And I just threw a Lemon Muffin underneath because it's just going to make that run, and it's going to burn
Lemon
money
Muffin
again.
could win. Look, one of those 3 horses will win this race.
I think the 4. I love the 4 today. I think the 4.
If the 4 doesn't get there, Lemon Muffin. I see. I think the 4 doesn't win. The 3's going to.
The 4 is going to win today, guys, and maybe we see her back for the Apple Blossom when she really starts. Maybe I'm getting ahead of myself, but I think the 4. I think Viable wins today. Runs the best race of its life. All right, we're all in agreement on that one. Viable. Okay, race 8. We got a 12.5 claiming event going 2 turns, mile and a 16th.
Well, we're all over the place here.
Yeah, we were just on the same horse on everything. What I did, I have to get the scratches. I'm hoping that the 14 gets in. It's probably not going to happen. Nepal up for Dan Ward if this horse gets in. He just claimed it. I would love to see this horse get in. It's a 9-year-old. If it can get in, I think the race would set up perfectly. There's plenty of speed. It's the best closer in the field. If it doesn't get in, I'll go to another good closer in the 5. Well, not a closer for that much, but I'll go to Euclid Avenue, who's going to be a bomb, as my backup. It did lose to Nepal up 2 back. But we got Marco. Tell me, I mean, Chelsea Bailey. She doesn't get the best mounts, but she always tries hard. I would like to see her get a. She's sometimes you have to make your own luck, but this one is more than capable.
She's capable.
And at 15-1, if the 14 doesn't draw in, I'm like, I'll take a shot with Euclid Avenue. There's some mixed races in there, and she this guy was running pretty well at Hawthorne over the summer in some spots. You could throw those turf races out. They're not very good. I mean, after that race on August 1st, I'm not sure why they came back in September on the turf, but especially on a yielding turf course. But those dirt races are good. And it's going to be a fast strip today. Throw the mud out last time. When it runs on fast strips, Euclid Avenue is a horse that can surprise at probably 15-20-1. If my 14 don't get in. Texas Mike, you're on the 9. Dr. Soul Fire for Martin Garcia. And by the way, I think Gary Stevens is the jockey agent for Martin Garcia.
Yes.
Yeah.
Gary Stevens.
Yeah, you got a story about. We probably don't want to talk about it on air. Yeah,
No.
he had a couple of drinks at Rocky's Corner, and we'll leave it at that.
Yeah.
All right.
Funny stuff.
So, Mike, Dr. Soulfire, not Mrs. Doubtfire. What do you like about it?
I'm hoping to see some improvement with the drop here.
Okay.
It's going to need to improve. It's going to need to break better than it has, and I'm hoping that with the drop, it will break better. If it doesn't, it's going to be a money burner. I think running a mile in the 16th is also a help to this horse. I think he's looking for a little bit of extra ground. His last race was at a mile. Most of his races have been sprints. Although the last race was on turf, and obviously, in fact, most of his races have been on turf. So, we need to see what he's going to do on dirt.
Well, I can answer your question. Beautiful works on the dirt for his whole career, really. Santa Anita, Los Alamitos. And if you go to, let me expand the PPs a little bit. Here we go. The two Del Mar races weren't bad. The debut was good. You ran against National Treasure in your second lifetime start. So 100%, I think this one can run on dirt and might appreciate it even more. It's been a while since 2022. We haven't seen this one on dirt. So I think this is a good pick. 3-1 was, man, it would have been cool.
He should be more than 3-1.
Yeah,
I think this horse will go off at more than 3-1.
I think everybody knows.
He's got impressive buyers also. And I don't know how much emphasis you put on buyers, but.
Well, it's a tool that you can use. You can't just, you can't be the type of handicapper that just looks at the last race. Oh, we got an 80. It's going to run an 80 again,
His buyers have consistently been better than any other horse in this race.
It's worked well and it's run well on dirt. I know it shows 0 for 2 on dirt, but again, I already made a point. It ran against National Treasure and a few other ones, so I like it. 3-1. It's an ad on the pick 5. Marco, you have the 6. Stand Proud.
Yeah, Michael Hewitt. And
Mike Hewitt.
Then Belmer. I was looking at this race and I don't know, you could go a lot of different ways. And then I saw this horse. It's 7-year-old, only raced 14 times in his life. That was kind of different. But if you go look back from 2023 on those route races, he did pretty well. I like the fact that he passes horses.
Good point.
Doesn't win. At Oaklawn he's 0 for 8, but he's second and third 5 times. So this is the race where you could take a big price and he could maybe swing him out and then make that one run. It looks like it's going to take him a while to get his motor running. And I'm just
Interesting point. I wonder why this horse hasn't run on a route in so long. I'm not sure what Mike was doing with this thing. I guess he found
he,
some success when he cut it back at Louisiana Downs.
well,
When it broke
he didn't have him then.
Oh yeah, that's right. I'm just okay. I was just looking at the lines and wasn't even paying attention. He claimed it two back, ran it. Yeah, so now he's stretching it out. Okay.
So
Stretching it out,
Ortiz had it.
This horse has run well at this distance. Back in
Yeah.
23 and a little far back.
Yeah, it looks
Yeah.
like and
They had some impressive races at a mile and a 16th.
and for the fact that he likes to, it looks like he likes to pass horses up when he runs, but you got to be up front, at the wire. So that's something that he, struggles to do. But
Yeah.
in this race, I mean, it's a 12.5 claimer, so or 10,000 claimer. What is this? 12.5.
Yeah, I think you can drop down.
Either or with weight. So
and Belmer is still a bug. Wow.
And I'm thinking 12-1 is going to be more like 25-1. I know this one could possibly, light it up.
Yeah, good point. Well, Mike got off to a slow start last year at the meet. I think he really heated up end of March into April. He started winning a lot of races, so I'm going to wait another 30 days before I start looking at the Hewitt runners.
Hey, I'm the only one on this show that doesn't have a hat on.
Well,
I'm going to put a hat on.
I got bedhead, so I had to.
I'm going to plug a good friend of ours.
Well, I'm gonna plug it too. I'm gonna put the Justin Do Lone Speed hat on.
So I don't know if you can read the writing on my hat. It says Styles Racing.
Oh, really?
Trey
wow.
Styles has now bought some horses.
Thoroughbreds or the harness?
Quarter horse.
Or quarter, excuse me. He likes quarter horses better than
Yes, he does.
thoroughbreds.
He bought two horses this last year. One of them got claimed, and the other he sold. So now he's with an empty stable, but he's going to restock once quarter horse season rolls around.
Well, how about that?
And he has given me one. I think he had 30 of these hats made.
All right. That's good. Trey Styles is a great capper. Thank God he can't play in the Sam Houston tournament. That's all I'll say.
We've got three people here at Sam Houston who are pretty heavy contest players, and the two of them are way above me. That's Trey Styles and Nick Tamaro.
Nick Tamaro, yeah, track announcer. Nick is a great track announcer, a great capper. I had the pleasure of going into the booth a few times and watching him call a race. I would love to see Nick call the Kentucky Derby one day. He's that good.
He is good.
He's really good. All right, race 9. It's a optional claiming $75,000 allowance race going the short stretch of the 2-turn mile or non-winners of 4 life. Marco, you got the 9. Why don't you start us off? You have Hero Status.
This is another horse where I think could get out early up front and have the stamina to withhold any kind of challenge and down the stretch. I think that 9-2-8 optional claiming last out was not bad for the layoff. I mean, he faded out, but that's going to get some air into his lungs.
Mm-hmm.
Now we got Norm Cassie first off the claim, and he's not bad. And I like Santana. He hasn't been riding a whole lot of mounts, but he's making them work. He's been cashing in. So when he's on a mount, you got to actually pay attention.
Okay. Should be somewhat prominent early. That's where I go as far as race shape. Winnemac Avenue, 8-1. Coming off of a freshening but working lights out. Always been good. It's only a 5-year-old. Has run fast here. Doesn't need the lead. I don't know. I think it's the best value in the race at 8-1. They do offer this one up for a tag. But again, it's DeVito placing his horses correctly. Good trainer. The last race at Hawthorne, it came off a little bit of a layoff, ran there, and now it's off a little bit more of a layoff. So obviously something was going on, but ran dead last that day. But, Devil's Tower has done some good things. Just won here at Oaklawn in December. Not one, it ran second, believe it or not, to Disco Ball, who's a fast Jacobson runner. But I got a 93 buyer that day. And then, of course, Navy Seal came back and won a sprint. So, as it's a good race, something went wrong in that last race at Hawthorne. DeVito shows up here with a beautiful work tab and likes the local strip. So, I landed there on Winnemac Avenue at 8-1. Mike, you're on the...
Nobody had a race at Oaklawn last year where he bombed. Ended up 8th out of 10, a 60 buyer, and rebounded very well the next 2 races.
Yeah, that race was on an off track, and it ran on a good track on December 17th, the muddy, glibby track. Who knows? It usually is kind of tough on front runners. I noticed at Oaklawn, there's difference. There's variable track surfaces at Oaklawn. When it rains, you got your sticky, glibby, slightly muddy track, and then you have your sloppy track, and it just depends on what it looks like, and it can change during the day. That's why it's so hard to pick winners at Oaklawn. You got to really pay attention to the track surface. We won't have to worry about that today, which is why one of the reasons why I like Winnemac Avenue, working beautifully. And if I can get a race like I did 2 back, or that race on back in December of last year of 23, I'll be happy. Marco, you're on the 9. No, I already talked about you. Texas Mike, you're on the 8. Dematic.
Yeah, I think that, it's an obvious choice.
Obvious choice, correct.
Yeah, horses. I've nicknamed him Derby. He ran in every Derby imaginable last year, including the Arkansas Derby. Ran in the Rebel. Ran the Oklahoma Derby, the West Virginia Derby, and so forth.
Mm-hmm.
Now he's facing a much softer field here than he did in any of those races. And he won. He won last time out in the Zia Park Derby. If you can get 5-2 on this horse, I would grab it. I think it's going to go off at a lot less.
Well, I'll give you that. One thing I will say, yes, there's some class races. Those were 3-year-olds only. So it was just 3-year-olds. So now you're facing older for the first time, which it shouldn't have a problem class-wise to transfer that. But, like my pick, Winnemac Avenue, as a 4-year-old last year, would have probably won all those races too, or ran just as well, in my opinion. So as a 4-year-old, I know that wasn't the case. I mean, you can't do that, but point being, restricted 3-year-old races, now older horses, where it does belong. It is an older horse itself now, and it does belong in this type of race, 100%, and it's protected. And Marco, what can you tell me about the other Asmussen kid here? He's at least 10%, not 5%, but he's not above.
He's been racing a little longer, more seasoned, a little bit older. So, I mean, he's all right. I'm not a big fan of either one of them as far as.
Yeah, they're probably great kids.
I mean, not people or anything like that. I just when it comes to putting my money. Yeah, no, they do seem like good kids, but when it comes to putting money on them, I just tend to actually think about it a little bit more now with Asmussen.
Yeah, you're going from Jose Ortiz Jose Ortiz to, is it Kyle Asmussen?
Keith.
Keith Asmussen. I thought Keith. Oh, Keith. So there's a brother Keith, right? And his kids Keith as well. Okay. Anyway, yeah, Christian Torres.
Now let's just come right out and say it. I mean, Asmussen's a great trainer. Is he choosing these people to ride these horses because they're his sons or because they're the best jockeys available?
Yeah, what do they call that? Nepotism? I don't know. If I had kids that were riding and I had horses all over the country and they're at a specific circuit, yes, I'm going to let them ride at that circuit. Although this is Oaklawn, not just any circuit.
And they're not horrible. It's just that they're not riding like top jockeys.
Well, he won on this horse a year ago. It looks like so.
We'll see.
Anyway, we'll see. All right. So we have some interesting plays there. Let's move to the nightcap. This will close out your late double, your late everything, your late pick 5, your get out race. You guys are down $200. You need a winner. Well, I wish we could help you. Actually, Marco and Texas Mike have the same horse, and I like it as a backup. So maybe you guys land on the 2 here for a get out race. Who is Betty's Cash at 7-2? There's your get out. Although, holy shit, Louis Quinones. My Uncle Mike down at Rockies, he I don't know, maybe he has he has a memory where he lost a lot of money with Quinones as the jock, but he won't bet a horse with Louis Quinones on it. And this guy rides this horse every time.
Yep.
So tell us what you like about it. Mark, tell us what you like about it, and we'll move the Texas Mike on it.
We're going gate to wire.
Okay.
That's it.
That's it. Mike,
playoff. Let's go.
Is that what we're doing, Mike? We got a bullet out of 170, and then we're.
Horse sure looks like he's ready to run.
Go gate the wire. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. Well, can I try and beat you guys with the?
Absolutely.
Can I beat you guys with Blame JD here? Steady tab, back on dirt. Hood comes off, likes it here. Back with Arky Breads. Boom.
Mm-hmm.
How about it? If I can get that race from the last time I ran here, it was a sloppy track. I could run a fast race like that. I could do it. They tried the blinkers last time on the sod. That was a disaster of a experiment. So they took it back. They took the hood back off. Working good itself. The work tab's sneaky good if you look at it.
Hey, this 7-year-old horse you're looking at has won. I need my glasses, but it looks like about 294,000 lifetime.
Yep.
And 256,000 of that lifetime winnings have come at Oaklawn.
Arkansas bred money, baby.
And 18 of his 29 races have been at Oaklawn.
Yeah. And that's the case.
He's obviously had some success at Oaklawn.
Well, if you look at your pick, they just park it on the shelf at Oaklawn, which is very common. We talk about it all the time. It's an Arkansas bred. You're running for big money. Let it eat some grass on a field in the hills of Arkansas and bring it back to the track.
Yep.
And this one's a 6-year-old with 16 starts and has 360,000 in earnings.
Pretty nice.
So would you ship this horse anywhere else? No. I'd run it right here against Arkansas.
They've shipped it to Woodbine.
They did?
Isn't that where it's been running lately?
What, Betty's Cash? No, I was talking about your pick.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you were still on Blame JD.
No, I was talking about your pick. I expanded the PPs 22, 23, 24, now into 25.
Yes,
They're doing with this horse what I just said. They run it here.
they run it only here.
All summer. It's in a field eating grass. You can feed it carrots
That used to be very common.
and bring it back to the track.
That used to be very common. That when I was younger, that the horse would race in one track or two tracks, and then take a long break, not travel elsewhere.
Well, it's again, this one. Look, you talked about the earnings of my horse. Look at the earnings on your pick, and it's never left the state of Arkansas. It got dropped over there. It's probably never left Garland County. Maybe it went to Hot Springs County. I don't know, but and it's probably never going to leave.
Probably not.
Although it is a gelding, so there's no commercial use for an Arkansas sire. But yeah, this one makes all the sense in the world, guys. It's going to be swinging from the opening bell. I don't know. Maybe something can try and go with it, at least for a quarter mile. But yeah, you're going to have the lead. I'm just going to say Blame JD gets back to its own kind here and makes a nice run at a good square 8-1. I think Betty's Cash. Do you think Betty's Cash gets bet a little bit, or maybe not? Because Quinones is on it.
Yeah, I don't know. You might see like 4-1. I think she'll get. I don't think she's gonna get like big layoff or layover or anything.
Mm-hmm.
Should be top three.
Good stuff.
What do you think of Choctaw Zip, the 11?
Choctaw Zip. Me and Marco know that horse a lot. We've picked it a lot. I think we won on it before. We've lost on it lately. Just looking at it.
Hanger.
Yeah, it's just I'd rather take Blame JD over that one. I do like Harry Hernandez again, second time, and they ran it in that allowance race, and they're dropping it back down into the claiming ranks where it's more competitive. But I don't know. It ran here for 12.5. The last win was a conditional non-2 life Arkansas bred. That's what it needed to win by a neck. I think it's a tough ask on top. I could be wrong. I'd rather take Blame JD or your top pick.
Pack run. It seems more of a pack runner to me, just hanging out.
Yeah. So it's going to be an exciting day. Mike, I'm going to be in the feeder for Sam Houston. And I'm excited about coming down there. I'll be making my way down there.
You'll be here Friday, won't you?
I'm going to be driving down from Wisconsin to Arkansas Tuesday or Wednesday. And then from there, I might have to get a puddle jumper from Hot Springs to Houston. I don't know if I can do that drive again. I mean, I'm thinking, yeah, it's going to be like driving to Dallas. No, my geography was off and I didn't really, it's like driving from Effingham, Illinois to Hot Springs, Arkansas. It was like crazy. It was like 6-7, I think it was like 7 hours.
Yeah, about that.
I can't drive. Great. I can't drive from up here to Hot Springs and then from Hot Springs down there and then back. And it's just, so I'm going to have to find a flight, but I'll try and get,
there's nonstops from Little Rock to Houston.
Yeah. I'll get down there one way or another.
Southwest.
But Friday looks like, I'll be down there on Friday.
Right.
Yeah. You got those little hang glider planes.
Hang glider.
Yeah.
What are you talking about, boy? We have some good.
Think you can persuade a couple of your friends to join us in Houston?
I've been talking to people. I'm going to be
I'm thinking of Justin and Dylan.
Well, Dylan is he's a spontaneous kind of guy. He flew to Turfway Park today. A friend of ours, Frank Mustari, has a horse running in a stake. It's a Justify 3-year-old colt. They have a lot of high aspirations for this colt. And if it wins this race today, they'll probably run it on the dirt routing somewhere and nominate it to the Triple Crown, I would assume. So exciting times there. And then, I'll try and see if he's hinted at coming. A couple other guys that I mentioned to you before.
Well,
I
I
like-
picked up several registrations the last 24 hours. As I said, we're up to 85 right now,
Good.
that's a large number for being a week out yet.
Mm-hmm.
We should easily exceed what we had last year.
Let's see what we got going on as far as registrations on horse tourneys. Let's go to, let's go to Sam Houston. All right, so
Early
we got-
bird.
we got 13 and 8 on those two early birds.
All right, and what time is it now?
Or actually 8 on the early bird and then 13 entries so far in the 1500.
All right, so since we talked, 2 people skipped the early bird and entered the qualifier directly.
Yeah, and 4 people went into the early bird.
Okay.
It went from 4 to 8, and then we got. And I noticed Greg Lewis. I know he's watching. He's in there playing now. If you win multiple entries, you can give them to a family member, I assume, or something.
Yes, horse tourneys allows you to transfer.
Yeah,
Doesn't have to be a family, or it could be to anyone.
or anybody. Okay, well,
Yep.
maybe I'll talk to Greg if he wins, if he beats me today. Sell it to me at a discount.
I told you what I had done. Go ahead and tell the story.
No, I'm not telling anything.
Greg has been hot this year.
Yeah, he's been well. He's killing it. Okay, so yeah, that's what's going on there, and of course you still have Saturday and Sunday to play as well, and then maybe a Wednesday. So there's 3, maybe 4 more chances to get in.
If we're at 13 entries right now, I'm pretty confident we'll get to 28.
Yeah. All right, good stuff. Football, NFL. We always talk about that, and then the college real quick.
You want to talk about football?
Yeah, let's talk about some football real quick.
Let's talk about some football.
Oh, look out! So you're laying the points.
The
Lions. Hey,
you threw me a softball right there.
Oh man! Here, I'm going to predict the final
You
score.
threw me an absolute softball.
43-24 Detroit.
I'll take that.
It's going to be an early shootout with Detroit pulling away late, 43-24.
I'll take any score as long as Detroit has at least one more point than Washington.
I don't think Detroit's going to punt in the game. Put it that way.
Their running game should dominate.
They're going to be able to do whatever they want.
Yeah, offensively, I agree.
Yes, anything they want.
But they're going to give up some points too.
You know, Washington is going to try and do the same thing to Detroit they did to Tampa Bay, but it's not going to work. They're going to play keep away, 40 minutes time of possession to 20. That's what they did to Tampa Bay. Kept Baker Mayfield off the field. That's not going to work with the Lions.
And there was also some costly turnovers.
Yeah, it's going to be loud as hell in there too.
If you were a Detroit fan, assuming they beat Washington, who would you rather play, Philadelphia or Los Angeles?
Honestly, probably Philly. Because LA they've won a Super Bowl together. The coach, the quarterback, the wideouts, they know. I mean, half that team won a Super Bowl and they're healthy and they have a championship pedigree. Philly, I'm not sold on the health of their quarterback. And they do have a good defense. Vic Fangio, no matter where he goes, is one of the top defensive coordinators of all time. But if you stop Saquon, I think you beat him. And then you got a crybaby in A.J. Brown. That guy, what's his problem? He's always whining about not getting the football, and just they're winning games, winning playoff games, and he's pouting after the game in the locker room. That's his bad karma.
Who do you like on the AFC side?
Listen, I think Buffalo is a team on a mission. They're at home. They remember that drubbing they took from Baltimore earlier in the season. And I think it's an interesting dynamic because you have two quarterbacks that the media says they choke in the playoffs. Well, actually, no. You could say now Lamar played good last week, but let's face it, Derrick Henry is the reason why they won that game, in my opinion. But if you look at Josh Allen in the playoffs, they're not losing playoff games because of him. They're winning playoff games because of him. And that playoff loss to the Chiefs, come on, he scored 30-something points, scored with 20 seconds left against Patrick Mahomes. That was like 2-3 years ago in the AFC Championship game. And then Mahomes did Mahomes magic with 20 seconds and got him in field goal range and kicked the game winner. He did everything he could do to beat Mahomes. He's played great in the playoffs. His statistics, he's got like a 115, 120 passer rating in the playoffs. He's been great. So Lamar, there's a lot of pressure on Lamar, I think. At the same time, Josh Allen's at home, so you're kind of expected to win a home playoff game as the number 2 seed. So it's going to be interesting. I'm rooting for the Bills. I want to see a Bills-Detroit Super Bowl. And then the other game, the Chiefs versus
Texans.
the Texans. You're down there in Texas, in Houston. They haven't been very good all year. They got up for the playoff game. CJ is big in big moments. Played well last week. Played well in the college football playoffs against Georgia. If he plays well, they can make a game of it. But, man, we're talking about the ultimate, like –
I wouldn't be shocked if there's a major upset there.
Well, you're talking about Andy Reid and Mahomes, who's like Belichick and Brady. So, but they even lost before. So
let's ask our college football expert on the show. Marco, Notre Dame or Ohio State?
Ooh, wow. It's going to be a very good game. The line is pretty much right on, but I think Ohio State is too tough. I say Ohio State by a touchdown.
I disagree. Ohio State by 24.
Now, Notre Dame could keep that close.
Notre Dame plays man defense. Jabari Smith is going to torch that corner if they play man defense. Texas kind of gave you a little bit of a blueprint by playing cover 2 and rotating a safety over to him. You still got Ibuka. You still have Tate. So those are talented guys. But this kid, Smith, he's like the next Jamar Chase. I mean, he's unbelievable. And then you got the 2 running backs that are unbelievable, and Howard's playing great. And right now,
it's all about Howard, though. It's all
the
about
biggest
Howard.
And Howard's been playing great. The biggest chip right now is on the coaching staff. I mean, they're just like, they got beat down. They got beat down when they lost to Michigan. They wanted to fire the host staff. And
Let's close it out by asking, who do you like in the Montreal Boston Bruin hockey game tonight?
When's the last time a Canadian team has done anything?
I made that up. I don't even know if they're playing.
Okay.
Blackhawks.
Yeah, Blackhawks, they're in rebuild. They fired their coach mid-season. Connor Bedard's a little frustrated because he doesn't have a lot of talent to work with around him.
Well,
he's playing well. He's getting a lot of assists, but they're beating him up.
They need to get another guy, a couple guys. They'll be good. Bedard's like 12 years old, and he's got a long career.
Yeah. But back to Ohio State, I mean, Ryan Day is on a mission. Chip Kelly's the OC. He's probably going to want to showcase himself for another coaching job. And I think they're going to put on a show. Notre Dame, Penn State is a nice story, but they beat SMU, who you know well down there. Come on.
Yes.
SMU is they're undersized. They played great, but they're undersized. They're going against a big behemoth Big Ten. I mean, they were outweighed by 40 pounds on the O-line and D-line in that game. Boise State, really? I mean, that's who they beat. And then I think Indiana beats Penn State. Oregon beat Penn State twice, or beat them in the Big Ten championship game. Ohio State would have drubbed. Actually, Ohio State beat Penn State. Would have beat them again. They were the fourth best Big Ten team, in my opinion. And that's who Notre Dame squeaked by. And they did Georgia. Let's face it, Georgia was down. They couldn't score this year, especially later when Beck went out. And he transferred, by the way. He got a $10 million NIL deal. I think he's going to Miami. So Notre Dame's going to get a rude awakening to a real, like a program that is firing on all cylinders and has crazy 5-star talent everywhere. Ohio State's going to win 30. And by the way, their defense is good too. 30-13.
42-0.
That's what you got?
I don't think it's going to be close.
I agree. Wait, are you going? You're with Ohio State, of course. Yeah, I mean, you're being. I'm being kind. Hey, Ohio State.
We have here.
You just got a fresh haircut.
Let's get another opinion.
Some tickets.
Let's get another opinion.
Oh yeah, he said let's. Yeah, we end the show by saying let's cash some tickets, and that's what he said.
Well, I was the very first guest you ever had on your show, and
yes, you were.
I've been every appearance that you honor me with. I appreciate, and you have a great show going, and keep it up.
Appreciate it, Mike.
And you know, let's get some more subscribers.
Yes, like and subscribe, guys. Thank you for tuning in today. Mike, what are you going to do today on this lazy Friday?
Lazy Friday, probably start to do things I need to get ready for the contest, and then we have live racing tonight.
All right, live racing tonight. I could check it out on RTN. And Texas folks, you guys can wager on that in state.
Unfortunately, that's it. But
that's it. And that's the other thing. We talked about Nick Tamero, great race caller, and not a lot of people get to appreciate his great talent.
Yeah, I love how he lets me bring people, as you recall, he allows people to come into the booth. It doesn't bother him at all.
Yep.
That's not true with many announcers. They want to be by themselves.
Yeah, Nick's a good, humble guy, and we're a big fan. All right, guys. Thanks for joining in.
My pleasure.
You know, feel free to like and subscribe and tell your friends about our content. And also get a hold of Mike, Texas Mike, for the big tournament. And again, there's his phone number, 832-549-5090. Get a hold of Mike, and he'll get you all set up for the tournament.
Thank you.
All right. We'll see you guys later.
Later on, everybody.
Bye.
Bye-bye.